There is an insane new leak saying that this whole multiverse saga is leading to an epic battle between Kang and Doctor Strange. But saddle on up, put those seatbelts on, look in your rearview mirror, because this rumor does not end there. It's saying that Kang could be the good guy and Doctor Strange will be the villain. Okay, there is a ton to break down here, so let's get into it. Hey guys, I'm Joel and welcome back to Locked on Marvel, and today we are locked into an insane new rumor, and oh my goodness, if this is true, we are in for quite the ride. So this new leak is coming from Alex Perez at the Cosmic Circus, who has a really good track record and has gotten a lot of leaks and rumors correct in the past. But I should note to take all of this with a grain of salt because none of it has been confirmed by Marvel. But we're still gonna nerd out and speculate because that's what we do. So let's read exactly what Alex Perez says regarding this leak. Our sources have informed us that the final matchup explored leading into the next Avengers films will be pitting Doctor Strange versus Kang on the opposite sides of the battle to come. Both Strange and Kang will serve as the key players for each side. This matchup is comparable to Tony Stark versus Thanos in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. However, the distinct detail that separates this story from the one told before with Tony and Thanos is the role that Kang will take in this matchup. Kang's perspective and the angle Marvel Studios will want to pitch to audiences is that he's the hero trying to save the multiverse from its greatest threat yet, Dr. Stephen Strange. And oh man, my mind is blown. That is a huge curveball. Or is it? Now, you're probably saying, how can Doctor Strange be the villain when he fought against Thanos with the Avengers and he was just the hero in Multiverse of Madness when the Scarlet Witch turned bad? And furthermore, how can Kang be the good guy after everything we've seen in Loki Season 1 and Quantumania, and with Marvel and Kevin Feige himself confirming that Kang will be the big bad supervillain of the Multiverse Saga? Well, let's keep reading what Alex Perez said. This notion of Doctor Strange being the villain isn't too far-fetched. After all, we already saw a Sinister Strange variant in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I have theorized in the past that Sinister Strange is the outcome most Stranges will eventually become, similar to how Kang Prime ultimately becomes Immortus. Everyone assumes that Kang and his variants are the ones causing the endless incursions across the multiverse. What people won't realize is that a majority of these incursions are caused by Steven in attempts to either defeat Kang or Thanos or another multiversal threat. Most outcomes end up being that Steven's incursions across the multiverse are what causes the end of those universes to begin with. This was hinted at by John Krasinski's Mr. Fantastic variant in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And let's pause there because I definitely agree with this. I feel like the direction that Marvel is going in is that there will be just one or maybe a couple of Kang variants who are actually supervillains, in the sense that they want to conquer every universe's timeline and rule the multiverse. But I believe that, in a way, most Kang variants are good, or at least not all that evil, because they each just want to rule over their own timeline, and overall, they just want peace and stability throughout the multiverse with no other Kangs or other characters intervening. And on the contrary, Doctor Strange, even if he has good and genuine intentions, is the one causing all of these incursions and completely messing with and breaking the peace and stability of the timelines. So simply put, on one side we have Kang, who is willing to do bad things that lead to a good thing, right? The peace and stability of the timelines in the multiverse. And on the other side, we have Doctor Strange, who believes he's doing good things, but are unintentionally leading to bad things, i.e. incursions, the very thing that Kang is trying to avoid. Okay, let's keep reading what Alex Perez said. There has also been concept art of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, released recently by artist Thomas Ducrest. This concept was confirmed to be a part of the early exploration details for Sinister Strange, originally the comic's villain Nightmare, in the script for Scott Derrickson's take on a Doctor Strange sequel before it was helmed by Sam Raimi and Michael Waldron. And if you look at this early concept art, you can see what seemingly looks like tens, maybe hundreds of Doctor Strange variants lying dead in a desert. Michael Waldron has stated that the original story, quote, had a lot of really cool ideas in it, and we were initially going to just try to figure out our version of that story in time to start shooting the movie. What's interesting is that although there were several tonal shifts in story discrepancies, the idea of multiple Strange variants dying was kept for Multiverse of Madness. In the film, we saw the deaths of Strange variants from Earth 838 and Earth 617, before it was implied by the Sinister Strange variant that he was responsible for the deaths of multiple Strange variants. The main question is why? If he wanted to take over the life of a random Strange variant just to be with Dr. Christine Palmer, then he could have simply killed one and would have taken his place. But no, the implication here seems that Sinister Strange was exterminating his variants for another reason. According to our sources, Sinister Strange has been terminating his variants to avoid the inevitable future of an incursion between two universes. This is in order to avoid leading to Sinister Strange and his current circumstances in the future. Think of him as the anti-Immortus. Immortus wants to find Kang Prime so Kang can become Immortus. Sinister Strange is trying to avoid his future from ever happening to other universes. Unfortunately, as mentioned earlier, it's inevitable. 616 Strange has already begun an incursion on his own universe, and the consequences will surely be catastrophic moving forward. This concept is an interesting way to depict Sinister Strange's motives for doing what he has done, and while these concepts were not explored in the Doctor Strange sequel, it's not unlikely that we'll never know what the original vision for the film was. It is possible, according to one source, that the original concepts written for Derrickson's Multiverse of Madness script, focusing on Steven and his character, may be used in another project. That is potentially for Doctor Strange 3 or one of the upcoming Avengers films. If Marvel decides to go this route, it would raise multiple ethical questions. Although Doctor Strange has good intentions, it's clear that his actions are not the best ones suited to handle multiversal threats moving forward. It's an interesting case of the lesser of two evils. What is worse, allowing Kang to rule or risking causing an incursion to stop him? But that will be a question answered another day. So wow, I know that was a lot and I'm still trying to process it all. But I think this idea of Kang versus Doctor Strange would be so cool. One of the best moments from Avengers Infinity War was seeing Tony Stark and Thanos finally meet and have their epic showdown. Will we see something similar with Kang and Doctor Strange? Yeah, I definitely think so. Now, do I think that Doctor Strange will be the big bad of this saga? No. But the character arc that we're seeing him go on is quite the downhill slope, and it'll be really interesting to see him deal with the guilt of his actions and him causing the incursions. I still think that Kang will be the big bad for this saga, but I really like the idea that there are good Kangs out there that just want peace and stability for their timelines. And they'll probably learn that Doctor Strange is causing incursions and destroying entire universes, and will do anything and everything to stop him. And when we finally see the epic showdown of Kang versus Doctor Strange, technology versus sorcery and magic, oh man, I can't wait to see what that'll look like on the big screen. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, subscribe, smash the like button, stay locked on Marvel, and I will see you in the next video.